chapter, the Tantra 18, we just have to continue. We have seen a part of it, wherein Yada Tamaha, mantra let us chant, Yada Tamastanna Divanaratrihi, Nasanna Chasan Shiva Eva Kevalaha, Tadaksharam Tat Saviturvarenyam, Prajna cha tasmat prasruta purane. So Yada means in that avastha which we have achieved with the efforts. What is the avastha achieved? The avastha achieved called as atamaha, absolute absence of tamaha, darkness. Darkness is ignorance. Darkness goes by light, ignorance goes by the jnana deepa, the knowledge light. So obviously which jnanam? The jnanam which is born out of Tattvamasi Adi Mahavakya Vicharana as taught by the Guru. From the Guru, we listen to Tattvamasi Mahavakya, then we do the contemplation on that, then we get the knowledge that everything is Brahman, I am Brahman, that Brahman is one without second. In this knowledge, that is called as Atamasthiti. If one has achieved that state of Jnana Deepa Prajwalanam as the result of Tattvamasi Mahavakya Vicharana, what it will do when the light is put on, as it eliminates the darkness, so too when this Tattvamasi Mahavakya Vicharana is done, then the Aham Brahmasmi Jnana Deepa, when it is lit, when it is made to manifest, the result of it is, it will burn, dagdham, it will do afford avidya and tatkarya. So avidya, tatkarya, jalanam, dagdhata will happen. That was what we have seen. Avidya tat karya rupa tamaskatvat. Dagdha avidya tat karya rupa tamaskatvat. Tada tatkale. When we reach to that state, what is the proof? How it is like? Beautiful thought it is. Na diva aropopi nasti, na ratrihi tad aropopi nasti iti. So diva, the daytime, ratri, the night time. Both of them are the buddhis aropanas. Both of them will not be there when this conscious Brahman is experienced. So by rejecting diva, what is said is the Jagrad Avastha is transcended. Then by rejecting the Ratri, the Sushupti Avastha is transcended and are rejected. So when these two are rejected, the in between, the Swapna Avastha also stands rejected. Therefore, that state is called Turiya Avastha. And that's why Nasanna Chasan. Sad is the presence of the things, beings we have either in the waking plane, the gross ones, in the dream, the subtle ones. So Nasat means no presence of anything in the form of name and form as they happen in the Jagrat Swapna. Na Asan means what? Nor it is like the absence as it is in the deep sleep, the Sushupti Avastha. Then when this is being explained here, then a question is raised by the Purvapakshi or student, or maybe Guru himself asks the question and he gives the answer. What is it? Tarhi, be attentive. Tarhi tattvam sarvatra shunyameva jatam iti. Are bhai, your Tattvamasi Mahavakya then led to the Shunya Sthiti only, because everything you have rejected. Tarhi Tattvam Sarvatra Shunyameva Jatam iti. This is what? This is Bauddha Mata Avishesham. It looks like the saying by the Bauddhas, the nihilists, that everything is Shunya. Iti Ashankya Shiva Eva iti. To reject that notion that That state is void of everything, shunyam. What Shruti Mata said is, it is Shiva eva kevalaha. It is most Shiva auspicious experience. So, as we said yesterday, example, when we are sent to a hall ask that, find if somebody is there. When we say koi nahi hai, there is nobody, obviously it means there is nobody other than me. So I am there. मैं तो हूँ. So there is nobody other than me. So I am so Purna that there is nobody other than me. That is called as Shiva eva kevalaha, the meaning of this word in this mantra. Okay, Shiva eva. What is Shiva? Shuddha swabhavaha. Shuddha, pure, swa, one's own, bhava, self. Shuddha swabhavaha, pure, one's own self, which is not forgotten, therefore on which the drashta, drushya, this duality is not projected. That is the state of Shuddha Swabhavaha, and therefore na shunyam iti nipata arthaha. That eva shabda is called nipata. The purpose of that word is na shunyam. It is not empty. It is Shuddha Swabhavaha. The pure self is the state. So Shiva eva kevalaha. Shivaha Shuddha Swabhavaha. Evaha is na shunyam. It's not empty and void. It is a pure, infinite self which is all encompassing and all complete. Think about this, friends. Very powerful things if we understand what's meditation. In the meditation, when we that way transcend all the upadhis, how we just get identified with that which is infinite, which is always, which is ever, which is eternal. So beautiful experience. बस इस स्थूल देहादि से तादाद में होकर हम इसमें इतना फंसे हैं, the only life we think. But this study of Upanishads, when it continues for many, many lives, not one life and not 1 year, many, many lives, one side the intellectual opening happens. In the meantime, when we live a decent life outside of Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, that helps in the inner purity. Both of them, the inner purity, inner clarity. When they go together, we will reach to that state of deeper meditations for hours together, where this sthiti of Kevala Atma Anubhava comes to us, where there is no Sat, there is no Asat, and there is no Diva, there is no Ratri, and there is no Tamaha. Pure Shiva Swarupa sthiti can be achieved. Right? Now, tad aksharam tat savitur varenyam prajnacha tat tasmat prasruta purani. What Bhagavan says about it, a minute, 2 minutes, little we'll see today. देखते हैं. Then, केवलः avidya vikalpa shunyah. Kevalah, why is the word kevala used? Avidya vikalpa shunyah. So Shiva eva kevalah, 3 words. Shiva means Shuddha Swabhavaha. Eva means na shunyam. Again, kevalah means avidya kalpa shunya. We have to be very clear about this. When the self is not known, it is called avidya. Then because of the avidya, so much of the other things are projected. So that avidya or avidya ke dwara kalpit, inka rahitya, their absence, is indicated by the word kevala. So kevala shabda says avidya kalpita is not there. Eva shabda says not shunyam. Shiva shabda says Shuddha Swabhavaha. So Shivaha eva kevalaha. Shivaha Shuddha Swabhavaha. Evaha na shunyam. Kevala means avidya tat karya rahita. Shiva eva kevalaha. So kevalaha avidya vikalpa shunya. अविद्या और उससे उत्पन्न होने वाला विकल्प नहीं है उस स्थिति में. हो गया. नाउ तदक्षरम तत् सवितुर्वरेण्यम प्रज्ञा च तस्मात् प्रसृता पुराणी. तदक्षरम तत् सवितुर्वरेण्यम प्रज्ञा च तस्मात् प्रसृता पुराणी. These two words we have to grasp through bhashya. So what is the tadaksharam? Tad means ukta swarupam, the pure light state of being, the pure conscious state of being, the pure self state of being, which we are discussing. That is the meaning of the word tad. And that state of being is not only the light, not only Purna, it is Aksharam. What do you mean by Aksharam? Tad Aksharam mein tad is equal to Taswarupam. Akshara means Naksharati iti. It never gets diminished nor gets destroyed. What do you mean by not diminishing, not destroyed? Is equal to Nityam. So that self which we are discussing now is Aksharam is equal to Nityam. It was there, it is there, it will be there. Any number of things that are projected on it, that was never absent, the self. So Aksharam is Naksharati iti Aksharam is equal to Nityam. Okay. Then Tat Savitur Varenyam. We have to understand this word. After Tat Aksharam, now Tat Savitur Varenyam. So Tat means Tat Padalaksham. है ना तत्वमसि महावाक्य में द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड इज दैट ब्रह्मन नो सो तत्पद का लक्ष्य रूपी दैट ब्रह्मन तत् फॉर अस at our intellectual level to have a faith in its presence, what we are shown here, which is authentic in all our Vedic literature, is Bhagavan Surya. Therefore tat, that Brahman alone in the form of Savituhu Varenyam. So तत्पदलक्ष्यम सवितुः आदित्य मंडल अभिमानिनः वरेण्यम संभजनीयम. So through the medium of the Aditya, pay attentive, that infinite consciousness alone is expressing as heat and light, which is illuminating the three worlds. So all the three worlds are illuminated, enlivened by the Surya Kanti and Surya Rashmi, which has heat and light. So that is the expression of that Savita or that Brahman only through that one medium called as Surya. For you to see how great, how glorious is that Kanti. So to say that that much Kanti with which all the three worlds are illuminated is a part expression of that infinite reality through one Surya. How much must be that infinitude and kantitva of that Brahman. So, such Brahman, how can you say is Shunya? As if to tell that point, Savita's example is given. Right? Now, about the presence of this Shuddha Paramatma Chaitanya, we have to have the intellectual knowledge. We also have to have the techniques to pursue it, and then we have to directly experience. So that intellectual knowledge, the pursuit and the experience, all the three are called here by the word prajna. That prajna is the one which from the creation, whenever it started, is going on being given from the guru to the shishya, from the guru to the shishya. That is what so far I told you. That's what in further mantras and adhyaya also I am going to tell you. This is what the Shwethashwathara Rishi is hinting. So the Tattvajnana is being given. In between, suddenly the value or the glory of the Tattvajnana, he says, it's not that I only am giving you, it is right from the beginning. It's being passed on from the Guru Shishya Parampara. So it has come up to me. I learned from my Guru. I'm teaching you. You learn from me. You pass it on to your next generations. That's the meaning of this particular sentence of Prajna cha tasya prasuta purani. So tasya means of that Brahman Prajna, the intellectual knowledge, sadhana and anubhuti, prasruta is going on, passed on, Purani, right from the time immemorial. Now the meaning of that sentence we will see through the bhash. Just 2-3 minutes. He says ki tad aksharam tad ukta swarupam, tad means ukta swarupam, aksharam means naksharati nityam. Then tat savitur varenyam mein tat means tat padalaksham. Then savitu means aditya mandala abhimaninaha, varenyam means sambhajaniyam. है ना? आदित्य मंडल अभिमानी देवता के द्वारा expressed that Parabrahma Tattva in the form of light and heat, which is Varenyam Bhajaniyam, worthy of saluting by us, because of that only we are alive. Okay, that's Savitur Varenyam. Now next one, Prajna cha tasmat prasuta purani. प्रयाच तस्मात्, इन इसमें सो मेनी चीजें हैं कि ऐसे सूर्य भगवान को क्यों गायत्री मंत्र में भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् क्यों कहते हैं? Because that's Aditya, when I pray, some that magic happens called as blessings, with which my intellect gets opened. Because I am praying like that. When my intellect gets opened, all these Upanishadic mantras, I am interested in studying, I am capable of studying, I am capable of understanding, then I will know it. ऐसे बहुत सारे चीजें इसमें छिपे हुए हैं. We are not revealing all of them. We are straight seeing the bhashya artha mainly. Catch from the bhashya artha first, then later on you can develop so many other meanings. So why suddenly Aditya is brought is Aditya's sun and light and heat with which all the three worlds are illumined and living are because of the presence of the Paramatma in that. By saying that, how infinite must be that Paramatma, we are indicated. With that, we are told it is not Shunya, it is Purna. Same way that Aditya is praised, otherwise prayed in other mantras. For what reason? That magic of blessing happens when you pray, with which our buddhi gets opened. When the buddhi gets opened, we start apprehending the reality. Up to this, tat savitur tadaksharam tat savitur varenyam ho gaya. Abhi prajna tasmat prasuta purani, fourth line. What is it? Prajna. What is prajna? See, Bhagavan Adi Shankara, every shabda of this mantra, how much respect he is giving and trying to explain exhaustively for all of us. So prajna means Guru Upadeshat Tattvamasya Vakyaja Buddhi Prajna. Again, the Tattvamasya Vakyaja Buddhi Prajna, the intellectual apprehension of what is meant by this Tattvamasi Mahavakya. What is meant by Tattvamasi Mahavakya? Ki you individual, the world in front of you, the total. In this way you are talking as if there are two things. Actually, there are not two things, only one thing. You are talking about yourself through some conditionings. Drop that conditionings and see what unconditionally you are. So you are talking about the world through conditionings. Drop those conditions and see the world what exactly it is. Unconditionally. If you see unconditionally, what is behind the conditioned world, what is behind conditioned you, is one only. That intellectual knowledge is called buddhi to begin with. To prajna to begin with. The second level of prajna is what? To realize that we have to do this sadhana. That we keep on rejecting the upadhis in our mind, outer and inner. When total upadhis are rejected, in that calm and quiet and contemplative and meditative mood, suddenly it happens. What happens is the experience of that self. Usko bhi prajna kehte. Prajnanam Brahma. ठीक है. सो प्रज्ञा गुरु उपदेशात तत्वमादि वाक्यजा बुद्धि प्रज्ञा च मीन्स व्हाट? एव. प्रज्ञा एव. च मीन्स यहाँ एवकारार्थः, च एव मीन्स एवकारः. प्रज्ञा बुद्धि. सो तस्मात् शुद्धत्व हेतोः प्रसृता. तस्मात् मीन्स व्हाट? शुद्धत्व हेतोः. When through the Mahavakya Shodhana is done, when the wrong notions from our mind that I am Upadhyukta Jiva and the Jagat is real in its Rupanama, when these ashuddhis of ignorance go away, tasmat shuddhatva hetoho prasruta, then nitya vivekadimatsu sannyasishu vyapta. This prajna, those people who are nitya viveki, those people who are the sannyasi. In that viveki, sannyasi, parampara, this intellectual understanding prajna, this sadhana wali prajna, this anubhuti wali prajna, prasruta, it went on being shared. So, tasmat shuddhatva hetoho prasruta nitya vivekadimatsu sannyasishu. Prasruta means vyapta. So, purnatva akarena. So, Purani means what? Purnatva akarena. In the infinite form, Purani, that eternally Brahmanam Arabhya Paramparaya Prapta Anadi Siddha. So right from the first created Brahmadeva up to us from the Anadi Kala, this prajna about this pure Brahman is prasruta, continuously, constantly is being given. That means what? Thank God at any period of the history, how much ever it is terrible Kali Yuga, yet there will be some guru who will be teaching this Brahmagyan. The Brahmajnana teaching gurus will always be there. Students are there or not, how many of them are there, how much serious, sincere, that can always change. But Purani a prajna. Therefore, not only the infinite power of Paramatma made, projected this world and as if binding the jivas, but the same Paramatma's kripa, this Purani prajna of this oneness of the truth through Mahavakyas also is being supplied. And I am in that lineage. I heard from my Guru, I contemplated, I realized I am passing on to you, oh my dear friends. That's the tone behind this saying by our glorious greater, who is he? Shwethashwathara Rishi. So in this way, of this 18th mantra, third and fourth line also we have seen. So study it once or twice, it will be very, very clear to us. So tasmat shuddhatva hetoh प्रस्तुता नित्य विवेकादिमत्सु सन्यासिषु व्याप्ता पूर्णत्व आकारेण पुराणी ब्रह्मांडमारभ्य परंपरया प्राप्त अनादि सिद्धा. So all these are visheshnas about that prajna. So by those who are doing nitya viveka, those who are sannyasins, when they went to their guru and when they heard from the guru Tattvamasi Mahavakya, when they did the shodhana of it, as a result, the impurities of all wrong notions went away from them. They got conviction. Then they did use sadhana. Then they experience it and they pass it on to the next generation. इस तरह से चलता ही रहा है, चलता रह रहा. Always this jnana is available for anyone to seek and get liberated. Right, friends? Here we stop. We'll see little of Gita also. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om 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 Om. 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 पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. राइट.